The top news story that's gripping the nation. The Casey Anthony trial comes to a close, and the jurors are speaking out. Did the death penalty play a factor in the jurors' decisions? True life. Is a relationship worth sticking around if the sex isn't there? And the funny money man is here discussing your budget. Live better and spend less. All of this and our Sex Basket giveaway winner is announced. We got a packed show for you today, so strap in, let's go!
I can't believe it, this beat is banging. I can't believe it,
I can't believe it.
hey, check it out, 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 check it out.
And joining me today in the Pleasant Circle, I have the fabulous Jessica Jones and Stephen Henry. So, let's chat. The trial of the decade just concluded, acquitting Casey Anthony of murdering her daughter. The jurors are starting to speak out, and their reasoning continues to circle back to, was there sufficient evidence to convict Casey Anthony and sentence her to death? It boils down to the fact, does the jury feel comfortable ordering the death of Casey Anthony? If we were to switch the death penalty to a lesser charge, like life in prison or something of that nature, would she have been found guilty?
I do think she would have been found guilty because all the evidence was there.
Right.
It was enough to know she did something wrong. She was going out while her daughter was missing for
A month.
30 days.
Yeah.
Who does
30
that?
days.
a 3-year-old.
Who does that?
Right.
Well,
She's
she like
obviously
entered some
guilty,
hard body
obviously.
contest. That was
And they have
ridiculous.
pictures of her all having a good time. Who does that?
When
And
your
this-
daughter's missing.
Right. And the sad thing is that there's no justice for this child.
Right.
There was like no justice.
So she would have gotten 30 years if that would have been the sentencing. Do you think the jury would have said, yeah, you're definitely guilty? Versus,
Probably
The death
so.
penalty?
I'm going to kill you with this
Well,
conviction.
yeah, because I'm sure
They don't want that on their conscience.
You don't want to put somebody's life in your hands and
Well, and then the jurors will
And
go
it's
back
to
to their
death.
regular life. They're going to make sandwiches for their kids. They're going to work out at the gym.
And probably
They have,
write books and make money off of this.
all that. But they have to live with themselves with the decision that they made to take somebody else's life.
Well, it's true, and like I've said to a lot of people, it's a whole different story when you're actually on the jury, as
Right.
opposed to us watching TV and getting the media aspects and everybody else's outside opinions of the whole situation.
right. I completely agree.
Yeah. So if the death penalty, because it is such a strong, harsh punishment, do you think we should look at possibly getting rid of the death penalty as a consequence for your
Absolutely
actions?
not.
And I agree with you completely.
So we're for the death penalty on the panel.
I am.
Okay, eye for an eye.
Well,
In certain
yeah.
situations, yeah. I mean, if you feel that you can take somebody else's life, then
Why not
somebody
take
else can
yours?
Yeah. I mean, I have to agree. I mean, if we're talking about like our mamas or something should happen to somebody
Exactly.
like that, I would want them to.
Wait, fry.
If,
Oh,
if
yeah.
somebody hurt my mother, I would probably kill them myself. I
Right.
wouldn't even send them.
So
to
Casey
jail.
Anthony, she's gonna get out in 10 days.
Who knows what's gonna happen with that when she gets out?
What is she gonna do? Where's she gonna
I think
go?
she's going to try and be fabulous and famous.
She might.
I
go-
think it was
she-
all a
The
publicity
worst part
stunt.
is she could go ahead and have another kid.
You know what? We're gonna see our next season of Dancing with
Right.
the Stars.
Stop it!
That would be horrible.
That would be awful.
Wouldn't that be horrible?
I just have one statement.
But we watched.
I would watch.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit. Hello. Well, changing pace into a lighter story, let's go to the next topic. Now, this one's true life. I have this girlfriend who is dating this guy. They've gone on multiple dates. Everything seems to be really perfect. She decides to sleep with the guy, and the sex turns out to not be very good. So, keeping an open mind, because, you know, sometimes sex isn't the best in the beginning. So, she kept an open mind, decided to continue dating him, and of course, the next day they went out, they ended up hooking up again. Sex was horrible. She says his penis is small. So what do you do? Is the relationship worth moving forward if everything is there but the sex isn't?
I've been in that situation before, actually.
So what'd you do? What happened?
Well, I mean, the love was there,
Mm-hmm.
but the sex wasn't, and it's hard.
There's
So-
not enough love.
No,
What do
it's
you-
hard.
What do you do if everything else is there and the penis is too small?
His
the sex
penis wasn't too
there,
small. He just didn't know how to work it.
The motion of the ocean wasn't there.
Right. But you have to have both.
You do. It's
Don't
very,
you think?
yeah, to me in the relationship, sex is very important, and if you can't find a way to make it work, you gotta go. It's just that simple.
Well,
Do you
because
think it's worth her actually saying something to him like, hey, 'cause
I
mean,
did. In my relationship, I did.
Okay.
I spoke up. I discussed it. I was like,
I woke up.
I woke up. up. I was like, you.
I woke him up. We gotta talk.
I spoke that up right there. I was like, no, okay, you have to figure it out. If you want it to work, obviously the sex needs to be in the picture and it needs to be a factor in our relationship.
Yes, because if the sex isn't working, then why not just be good friends?
Exactly. And that's
Right.
that's what we are now.
Oh, that always sucks though.
I know.
When everything's there but the sex is lacking.
Then you're just
It's like
friends.
being in love with your best gay friend.
I want to thank you guys so much for being on today. You guys were a blast. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cheers. So we're so excited to have on the Pleasant Experience today the funny money guy, Gerard Panahan.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Now, with our economy on sketchy ground, I know that we've all made adjustments and encountered some type of pitfall, whether it be large or small. In your opinion, how do you feel the economy stands today?
The economy is okay. Not bad, not good. Very Goldilocks-ish, kind of in the middle.
Okay.
We've had a rough start to this year. We're going to have a better last half of 2011.
Okay.
And that largely has to do with the fact that housing has yet to recover. Same thing with the auto industry. People aren't buying cars.
Right.
Foreclosure industry has people not exactly, buying more homes. So it's going to be a bit before things get better. But the important thing, things are getting better. Slow incline that is, but we're on our way there.
So we gotta keep a positive outlook.
Exactly.
Speaking about the future of our economy, how does that look?
The future, here's the thing. We're supposed to be getting 250,000 to 300,000 new jobs each month. Right now we're only getting 150 to 200,000. So it's going to be that way up until 2013, which isn't going to look good for Obama's re-election, depending on how y'all feel
But we're
about that.
hungry. We need money and food and jobs.
You know what? We don't want to be poor. I'm with you on that. But that's the way it is right now. This, like I said, this foreclosure market, it's a mess.
Now, for sure, we've all lost money in the past couple of years. As a society, what are we doing to lose money?
So many things, Nick. I'm glad you asked. Here we go. Ready? Are you ready for this?
Okay.
First and foremost, employer retirement. If your employer says to you, I'm going to match 5% of whatever you put into this, find a way to put that money in.
So we're talking about like a 401k or some kind of Roth or something.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Don't play. Like, if you have to break your back, you know what I mean? And if you can't go to happy hour just to make this happen, make it happen. Do not lose out on that. Essentially free money.
I'm sure you could budget in some kind of happy hour.
Well, you know what?
have
I
to.
think, make it every now and then.
This
Every
isn't
now
coffee.
and then. The next thing we're going to talk about is living within your means. I know too many cats that, have these Range Rovers, and I'm not mad. I'd like to assume that most people that do have them can afford them, but I'm going
Right.
to go ahead and say that they can't.
Yeah.
And some folks, I'm just going to call them out. We're going to go there. We're going to go there. How are they going to spend $12 on a martini when they only make $15 an hour, y'all? And let's talk about this.
And I think about that while I'm serving tables. I'm
Okay.
thinking, okay, I've been here an hour. I can get a drink at the Abbey.
Okay, right? And then you're sitting here going, I've worked an hour. After taxes, I've made less than $12, and now I'm going to spend it on a martini.
God, she probably wants a tip too.
Yes, she does. She always do. It's a hot damn mess. Do not live above your means.
Okay.
So don't do it. Last thing I want to discuss regarding what we're doing wrong is the lack of an emergency fund. Okay, I'm not going to be one of those folks that says you have to have between 6 to 8 months of your salary in savings, in case like the worst happens. I don't know anyone that. Do you? Okay,
no.
keep it real. Keep it
Right,
real.
right.
Here's what I'm gonna say. You gotta have between $500 and $1,000 sitting in a checking or savings account. It has to be liquid so you can pull it out quickly in an emergency.
Okay.
In case the shit hits the fan. You can bleep that out, right? So what
So wait,
happened?
does the sugar daddy count?
You know what?
Or we shouldn't, it's no guarantee.
You know what? If you can get that money, baby, get that money. But let's say you're on the highway, a tire blows out, you gotta get a new one. Now you're skirt, so you're gonna get 4 new ones. It's gonna be at least $400, right?
Yeah, at least.
If you don't have that sitting in the account, you're gonna have to use a credit card. And if you don't have that money to pay it off later, what are you doing? Making monthly payments at the minimum. Then paying interest at 19, 29% APR. It's a mess. So avoid that. Have between $500 to $1,000 each month. For at least in there, so that if you have to get to it, you got it.
Now, what kind of changes can we do that won't really affect our standard of living, but also save us money?
Well, let's be honest. If you are living a not so debt-free life, it's affecting your standard of living anyway. So come correct, y'all. You have to make some changes, and it will affect
Good point.
you.
Good
I'm just
point.
saying. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Yep.
For starters, not a popular one, but we're gonna go there. Bring your lunch to work. I mean, seriously. Okay? $8 a day, let's think about this, on average,
Yeah.
provided you go to Subway, not Chipotle, I'm just gonna say. Okay, times 5 days a week, times 50 weeks, and that's $2,000 each year. that you could have. Who doesn't want an extra $2,000 a year?
Right.
Okay, so now I don't know anyone that has that much discipline, but the point is we did the numbers because it's a lot of money. And you could sit there and just say, you know what? I mean, I could be putting that into so many other places, doing so many other things. So bring your lunch to work, y'all.
What else can we do?
Second thing I want to discuss is educate yourself, right? Instead of impulsively going to Best Buy or somewhere to go buy that DVD player,
Okay.
go online, check out Amazon, and not just look at prices, but look at reviews. What if one other product has more reviews and therefore it's going to last longer? So don't just go with what's the cheapest.
So shop smart.
Absolutely.
Got that.
Don't just, I'll take this right now.
You
Impulsive.
know what I think is also a really good
Uh-huh.
tip though, is because we all love to buy new clothes. Buy neutral things that you can wear at work, you can wear at nighttime. Don't buy the one pair of shoes that matches the one belt. Be smart about it.
People want to pop, and that's the thing. You guys, you can't pop all the time, okay? Try it every now and then. Get a scarf, but not all the time. Last tip that I want to discuss with you in terms of things we could be doing better to kind of keep more money in our pockets is to check out your bills, y'all. Cable, auto insurance, there's no loyalty here. It's not like with water and power where you're kind of screwed. You're paying them whether you want to or not. Okay, cable, we've got a couple of options. Auto insurance, we have
Yeah.
about 6 or 7. Ask questions too. I have this fancy pants little undergrad degree in computer information systems, and so my auto insurance agent finds me to be a scientist. Check that.
Right.
Okay, I'm a
Discounts for all kinds of things.
What?
Multiple
What?
line discounts. You really need to talk to your agent.
Keep it real. I
Yeah.
pay less insurance because I'm a scientist. Say what?
Holla.
So think about it. I mean, look into it. Give him a call. Ask him. Say, hey, girl, hey, what's going on? Can I get a cheaper bill? And how do I do that? And work it out. So those are a few things that I think y'all can try to keep that money, that hard-earned money, in your pocket.
Well, Gerard, I want to thank you so much. You gave us amazing tips.
It was fun times. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Okay, in the moment we've all been waiting for, the winner of our sex gift basket. And the winner is Rochelle Gerner from Springdale, Florida! Yay! I want to thank my guests so much for being here today. And remember, no matter what experience you're having,
You can always have a pleasant one.
hit it, DJ!